Hi, welcome to Whispering Wilds. I'm Carissa Blackwood. This channel is about paganism, witchcraft, and practicing earth-based spirituality. In this video, I was thinking that I would talk about the elements and how to work with them through symbols. So my husband Elliot has recently created some artwork for the elements where he was inspired by sacred geometry to recreate the symbols of the elements, and I've been using them in visualizations and in my magical practice. So thank you, first of all, for checking out this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up, share it with friends and family, and subscribe to the channel. It'd be great to have you. Alright, so in this video I'm thinking that we'll first talk about how to use the symbols of the elements for mental focus and to connect with the elements, and then we'll go into how to use them in your spell work, what it looks like to create a relationship with one element at a time, so then there can be balance and you can use them together, and then lastly how we are going to be mindful of our experiences with the elements without judgment. So when I like to work with the elements, what I do first is I connect with my breath and I calm down, I connect with my sensations, and I clear my mind. That could be like doing a little grounding meditation, doing a grounding exercise where you are feeling the energy of your body go through you, connect to the earth, the core of the earth, come back up, fill you up, releasing anything that is negative, filling you with light, and then breathing, relaxing, and then letting those energetic roots disappear, and then just being present. So once I do that, then I start getting into the work of connecting with each element. So typically when I work with an element, I imagine what it looks like in nature. So for instance, like water, I might imagine the ocean or a lake, or I might physically have a bowl of water in front of me and I'm thinking about the ways that water exists out in nature. Same with fire, the sun, maybe a bonfire, maybe I'm thinking about how the sun powers new growth out in nature. The air, I'm thinking about the clouds, the wind, the changing movement of the air outside, what it's like to breathe fresh air. And then earth, I'm thinking about the crystals, the beautiful minerals that exist, the soil, what state is the soil in right now, what growth is happening outside in nature. So it's a lot of connecting with the elements as they exist in nature. So then when it comes to working with the elements as symbols, how do you continue to make that connection to nature? Well, one way that I like to do it is by looking at the symbol and then visualizing all of those nature aspects and imagining it coming in through and being contained within the symbol. And I really like using these artworks that Elliot has made for that because they were inspired by sacred geometry, so I like to think of them being in three-dimensional shapes, being like pyramids that can contain all of that energy that I'm pulling in that is associated with each element. Which brings me to my next point, that I like to work with the elements one at a time. So sometimes I will do like short and small rituals where I light a candle, have a bowl of water, a crystal, an incense, and I'm like honoring the balance and the existence of the elements all together. But to really develop my practice, I like the idea of working with an element one at a time to create an immersive experience with that element and give it time to build a relationship with it. So with that said, something that I might do is have the symbol of water and imagine it being filled with beautiful, vibrant blue water, and imagine a light shining through that, and then visualizing that light coming over my body and incorporating that energy into my life. That's just one way to do it. And then once I feel like I've connected with each element individually, that's something that I want to honor, and then Eventually, I will work with the elements all together to create more of a cohesive experience and create that balance. And that's something that I'm still working on. So I wanted to share that idea with you. So with that focus on one element each time, the purpose is to really identify for yourself what it's like to experience the element of water, what it's like to experience the element of fire, earth, and air. So by creating an immersive experience with one element at a time, you know what the sensations feel like, you know what visualizations might come up in your head, you know what inspirations you feel, and you can start to create repeated experiences around those elements so you can really identify what your relationship looks like. And of course, we are always changing and always inviting new experiences into our life, but there is a way to develop a practice with connecting to the elements that when you work with the elements in conjunction and together, you can identify, oh, that's the element of fire working there, that's water, that's air, that's earth, and now I feel what it's like for them to come into balance and to feel maybe there's more fire energy happening, a little bit of water, lots of air, and a little bit of earth. So you're able to identify how those elements are showing up in your life and in your spell work and your ritual work. All right, the last thing that I want to say is just being mindful, which is being aware of the thoughts and feelings that you have, and doing so without judgment, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be with your practice, whether you're a beginner or experienced, knowing that you are doing the things in the best way that you can. So letting go of any angst or struggle or feelings of disappointment, and really trying to bring in joy, positivity, and love into your spiritual experiences, because they are meant to be joyful and they are meant to be healing if you're going through something that needs to be healed and that pain is still there, but just doing so without judgment, knowing that you are doing the best that you can already. All right, thank you for joining me. I hope that this video was inspiring. It was a little bit about my own practice, and I do that and I share that with you so you can carry it and take something good away from it in your own practice. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you next time. Blessed be everyone.